when I get off here with you, I'll have hundreds of messages about you.
Well, you know, I don't know how many times I told you to take what you want and leave the rest, and I need to stop, you know, just take what you want and leave the rest. And I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about what other people think of me. I really don't. I really don't.
Well, I didn't either. Until people in real life started seeing it.
Okay, but listen, you're still going back on the fact that, you know, what? Okay, now what are you going to do? What are you going to do different? Because the same shit keeps being the same shit.
Well, if I go live, even if I don't ask for money, they lie and say I did.
Okay, well, we talked about this the other day, too. We talked about this the other day when you said that. And I said there's only been a couple times when you've gotten up here and have not asked for anything. And you're doing a real good job of that right now. But I think, you know, there's some things in your live rotation that still pops it out there. There's no consistency with you, Lisa. None.
Like, I'm bored.
Okay, well, I told you what to do. Go into some other people's lives and listen to some other people's lives. Don't be down in the chat, some random ass people. You know what I'm saying? You know, instead of going live on your own, go into somebody else's live. Oh no, this blame game is making her feel better. You know, you got to have the blame game. Look, I was getting hit in my head by 3 people while I was trying to shield a child, and I was saying, I hope y'all feel better.
I get held accountable for the stuff I do, but other people that are messaging me on PayPal.
Other people, I ain't caring about other people right now. You got to look at your part in some situations, and you can only fix you. You can only do you. I don't care about nobody else.
Can I say one thing, please?
Go ahead.
This morning, somebody was messaging me saying, if I don't get off live right now, they're sending the cops to my house.
Okay, well, that's a troll. And if the cops show up, I guess you're going to have to deal with the cops. I told you it ain't going to get no better for you on this app right now, dude. And you got such a thick head that you're not hearing it. But I understand why you're not. Because you got them blinders on right now. You got the dope goggles on, and you only got one thing in mind. Once that fog is able to be lifted, you're going to see things a lot clearly, but you're scared to do that, dude. But you need to be scared of that toe tag.
Well,
you need to be afraid of that body bag.
If I stay off, they think they won.
No, then you go, so what? So the fuck what? So what? Then you come into somebody else's live and you watch TV, you watch some other lives and you do something a little different for a minute. Take a fucking break. And I bet your anxiety level will start going down, but then you're going to be stressing about the money. Well, here, you guys, you got to do something a little different. You got to manage your money a little better. You got to stop buying whatever you're buying that you don't need.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be needing nothing.
I should go on my Instagram and start posting up the people that send me messages telling me KYS, and everything else they tell me.
How's that fixing your problem? How's that fixing you? What's that solving? You ain't playing the tape the whole way through on that one, because I can tell you where the tape ends on that one. You still ain't gonna look no better.
Right.
It ain't helping the situation. And you need, I said, you got some goggles on right now. Ain't nobody had them goggles on before. If you're down there in the chat and you've been in addiction, tell me you don't know what goggles she got on right now. I get it. Listen, ain't nobody gonna believe you, and everybody, and since they don't believe you, and since they have a dislike for you right now, they're gonna believe everything, and they're not gonna believe a word out of your mouth.
I know.
And I've seen you on a mission, and I've seen you this desperation, but that can all end. And you could start, you know, it's going to be a minute, but you're going to end up having joy and happiness if you do some shit different. The benzo goggles, yeah. I'm serious, dude, but you ain't listen, I read you the Just for Today earlier. Earlier, and you probably weren't hearing it. But who am I?
I heard it.
How do we know when someone honestly and sincerely wants to stop using drugs? The truth is that we don't know, because we cannot read minds and know another's motives and desires. We simply just have to have hope for the best. Just for today, I will share my recovery with any addict, anywhere, anytime, and under any circumstances. I will leave the results to my higher power. So that's what I'm doing with you. I have no expectations of you whatsoever. I expect you to get on live and beg for what you need for. That's the only expectations I have out of you right now. That's it.
You're right.
Everybody else is sick of it too.
I know they are.
And girl, I know you could be better. We were all in the shit. There's some people in here that can really relate to some shit, and they're hoping to see a testimony come from you. You know, you focus on the hate and the negative and the downward, because I've seen downright crude comments, but you hone in on them. Why? Why do you hone in on them? I'll tell you why. Because that gets you the sympathy dollars. That's what that does.
Yeah, you may be right.
Hey, listen, I told you, I gave you that list. I gave you that list of a few things to do. I had them two listed. I need you to find some gratitude and write out your consequences. You're going to have more consequences if you don't fucking stop. And the consequences are going to be huge. If you don't stop and do some things different, your consequence, that list I told you to write out, because I know you already have some, they're going to get worse. They're going to get worse, and they're going to get worse, and they're going to get worse. If you take a different path, then you're going to have an endless gratitude. But you don't have no gratitude right now. What are you reading?
No, I don't. Oh.
But you so pissed off of what people were saying and doing, but you're giving them the ammo, Lisa. You're giving it to them. You're giving them all. You're giving them it. You're giving it. You're spitting it out right to them, and they're all here to tune into it. Tuning into the Lisa show. I don't want to see you in a body bag.
Yeah, me neither.
Check, you're wasting your time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad somebody wasted their time on me, because I was the addict that they said that was never going to get clean and that I was going to end up dying on the street. That was the addict, that it was me.